All right, welcome back. We are here. We got Mike Sullivan and myself, Don LaPlume, here for today's Q2AM podcast, quarter to a million podcast. And this is, look, folks, this is all about documenting our journey. That's what this is. This is not financial advice, so just know that up front. We are not making recommendations, but we are sharing our journey of turning $250 into $1 million by learning Forex. And so we're sharing the stuff that we learn, our wins, our losses, our mistakes, all of that. So hopefully you can learn from us and you enjoy the journey with us. And by the way, if you want to join us in this quest, go to q2am.com and we'll reach back to you as soon as possible. And love to have you on the journey, on the quest. So with that, Mike, you want to pull up charts today? Oh, you want to go to news? Actually, go to news first because I think you were talking about some stuff before we
Yep,
kick this off.
I'll bring it up right now. Okay, so just for general news, again, this is I always pretty much start the day on Forex Factory. Actually, I'll start actually here really quick on the economic calendar.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's refreshing. There we go. All right, so I'll look at today. Here's the main stuff that I see. I see a bunch of stuff at 8:30. There's an 11:30, 1:15, and 7. I am gonna read this news, but I'm not gonna. These three Fed chairs, when they speak. I'm curious what they have to say, but I'm not heavily invested. It's not going to be my primary focus. However, the PPI over year over year, and the core PPI I care about. So then I go to Forex Factory, and you can see these two right here are red folders.
Yep.
So these are major impacting. So this is the producer price impact index month over month. This is the core. And if we click into this again, as a reminder, it's the change in price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. Okay, so we're looking for a number that's greater than the forecast. The forecast was 0.3, and the number that came in was 1%. So that's good. Now, what I've started doing that I wasn't doing before is I started comparing. Okay, and just making sure to see what and I'll just see what were we trending towards. So last year we were negative 0.4. We went in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of negative. Okay,
Yeah.
so before that, and this year we had positive, 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 negative, and now a positive again. Doing that, and part of this is probably just due to my naivete. But I was a little bit naive understanding some of this stuff. But yesterday, what stood out to me, this number right here. Okay. In the previous month.
Yeah.
The projection was for a positive 157.2 billion. We came in at 215.0 billion. Now,
Yeah.
on paper, I mean, looking at are you on to something, or is this just? And that was
Wow.
25.
Look
So
at
let's look
that.
at,
Even
yep, May
2023.
24,
Yeah.
May 23, 176. But it's all negative around it. And May is just 308. So May is a month where that number, and that's look this one. This one's 90 above, 90 billion above.
Yeah.
So either the calculations for May, they need a new system. Either A, that's it, or B, um, there's a trend in May that I'm ignorant to that I will learn about, but I don't know the answer. But there's something going on in May that's producing that kind of budget result.
That's a wild catch. So go back up to the top of
Yep.
that and look at, so it's a difference in value between the federal government's income and spending during the previous month.
All right.
So if it's an increase And the difference, what are they doing in April?
Right. What are they doing in April? Is there no spending in April? Number one.
Yeah,
And is there a lot of money being collected in April?
I'm thinking April 15th might have something to do with that.
Yeah, me too. Exactly.
Just that, but that is wild. That
Yep.
really is.
Yep. So that's why I just started checking it out. If the number seems big or bigger than expected to me, I just want to drill in and see why. And I think you're probably 100% on right there with it being tax related.
But here's the other thing too. Go back to those numbers. And I'm not exactly sure how this all is going to relate to trading, but go back to those numbers for a second because it is interesting. And the more we get into
Right
trading, the
here.
more we're learning about the markets. But there, the projection and the actual are almost exact.
Right.
They're almost the same. What about in 2024? Very well, not quite as close. And it was actually lower than what was anticipated.
Yep.
What
It
about
was still like the only positive one in this little cycle, but yes, it was lower than projections.
yeah? So in 2023, lower than projections.
Again, the only positive
Yep.
and out of that immediate group,
Yeah. And then in 2022,
way above projections, 90 billion.
yep. So that was a good year. In bringing in revenue.
There's the first negative in May, going back to May 2021.
Wow. That's interesting.
Look at this one. Holy crap. May 2020.
Wow.
COVID
And
maybe?
yeah, that's gotta be a COVID deal. Wow.
But needless to say, what it did is seeing this and paying attention to it and seeing that number, I'm like, all right, I can cut you some slack for being off, but I'm like, you're off by nearly 60 billion.
Right.
The slack is getting you pulled in a little bit. And then I took a look at it. I'm like, this is historical. May is just a profitable month historically.
Yeah.
Um,
But
and you
it
just,
is interesting where you got some big disparities.
yep,
And it has to, especially when we go back to the COVID time, it really does have to do with it's got to have to do with the taxes that we brought in. I
yep,
mean, everything shut down then.
right.
So we would have brought in a lot less. And it was projected to be a lot less, as you could tell.
And
So
if you remember, they extended taxes in COVID.
yeah, yeah, actually, there was a 3-year extension. If you didn't file in those 3 years, you were not going to have any penalties,
Right.
which is kind of wild by itself. I didn't realize that at the time I filed and paid.
Needless to say, I just thought it was interesting. And a catch that I thought I would share because I found it kind of fascinating.
Yep.
So if we go back to today, all right. So what else do I care about today? Crude oil inventories is coming out in 4 minutes. I don't know when this projection was made, but considering we just released a bunch of reserves again,
Yeah.
This number will be interesting to me. Again, not a major mover and shaker because I'm not trading oil, and we know that oil is being majorly impacted by the issues with the Strait of Hormuz and the war with Iran. So we're aware of that. It kind of is what it is. I'm not trading oil right now. If I had my balance needs to be over $1,000 for me. That's my agreement to self. When I'm over $1,000 in that I'm going to trade with oil, I'm dedicate 1,000 to oil, and at that point I'll get in. So 11:30. That's that. These are all yellow folders, and so this is just basically Warsh, right? The Warsh nomination, and the expectation that it's going to pass.
Yes.
So that's where they provide that expectation. It's a red folder just because if it was to not pass, if he was to not be approved, then that would just create some market drama. All right, so
we don't have any market drama anyways, so it's no big deal.
There will be, yeah, but the people be like, "Oh my gosh, what's going to happen to policy? Let's dump everything." I'm like, no. So then we go to FinViz. This is the way I do it. So again, U.S. economic calendar. I go there first, then Forex Factory. Now I head over to FinViz, and just again, I'm just catching a quick Look, Chinese super taker sails out of Hormuz and rare exit. Okay, good to note, but that's about it. Just good to note.
Yeah.
Stock market today. Wholesale prices flash, another warning sign on inflation. Great. Wholesale prices jumped in April. Tariff refunds begin. S&P 500 slips as hot inflation data signals rates to stay on hold. Again, nothing right. I mean, there's a bunch of interesting news, but there's nothing that's going to dramatically change the way I'm trading thus far.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's standing out at me either. So the thing with oil, and I agree. I mean, oil right now is at 103.45.
Yeah.
And obviously we want it lower, but just like you, I'm not trading oil right now. Now, if there was some super huge news and I happen to be in front of my computer when it first comes out,
Yeah.
I might take oil for a sell or a buy, depending on the news. But it would be purely fundamental because I don't, you can't go with everything going on in the world right now, especially in particular in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz. You cannot really trade oil unless you really know what you're doing, because you can't trade on technicals. Technicals are one thing, but when you're going to the news that's out there, it could be very dangerous.
Yep. Give me one split second. I just got news on a gold buy. I just want to check it out really quick because
Sure.
I was gonna show something on oil, but okay, and I'll get into this in a minute. But on the 1 hour, it just called it. See, I called it right here, but
Yeah.
it's not showing yet on the screen. So, and this, let me go to my 15.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on my screen either. That's funny.
So it went up and it's pulling back.
Yep.
So I'm gonna wait for that pullback. See if I can get the pullback to about here, 46.79, and then I'll look to get in.
So I was going to get in on that buy
Yep.
at 46.72 on the front wall, and I got sidetracked doing some other stuff, and I didn't because I didn't set an alarm. When I was charting earlier, I said, okay, let's watch to see if this thing hits that front wall. And really, what I wanted it to do was hit the midway down, because if you look at, yeah, exactly, I get that same zone. If you look at the wick on that hour candle from the 9 o'clock or the 10 o'clock, one, it goes right down to that middle,
That back wall.
1 hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't forget, I'm looking at Heikin Ashis. That's why our charts would be slightly off.
Yeah.
I'm strictly trading Heikin Ashis because I've had a lot more success with it, and I like it.
Get back into looking at that. I've looked at it, but I haven't looked at enough of the differences, and I haven't practiced with it. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to be on paper all the way.
Yeah.
So I understand. What do you see as the difference between the Heikin Ashis and the standard candles that we're looking at?
Let's look at it for a second, right? I can show you. So look at this right here. First of all, the Heikin Ashis start in the middle. They don't start at the top or bottom.
Just got that buy on gold.
On the 1 hour?
That is super late.
Yep. I got it over here, and the entry point is what? 46.79. It's on its way up, isn't it?
It is.
All right, it just got up to my line. I'm going to take that, actually. I was planning on waiting, but I like getting at least a quick profit on this. I was going to wait till it came all the way down to 200 to see if it did. And I'll show you why. Because the daily support line on the previous candle from yesterday is way down here. And if and basically the pivot line, yeah, the pivot line is 46.39. Something that I was just taking a look at. We're not trading that. Donnie's not teaching that yet. It's just something that I was looking at, and I'll show you why in 1 second. Let me just set my stop loss here so I don't get killed.
Yeah, I just set mine.
I wanted to push a little bit higher so I can just start. Okay, I'm just going to start it right behind. But I wanted to start it in a profitable position. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to drop that stop loss because that's too high. I'm going to drop it for a minute.
Where did you go for your TP?
So that's where I'm going right now. I am going to go for my TP on this to see 46.81 is low. 46.81. What do I have there? I have nothing. It's just these candles. So if I look at, let's do TP2, 46.96. That's, hold on. Let me zoom in on that. 46.96 is basically the back wall of this zone.
Yeah, I've got
What
again,
zone is
same
that?
zone, but I did.
That's a 4 hour. It's the back wall of a 4 hour zone.
Yeah.
So
I'm just curious if the same place mine is.
Yeah, the 46.94. This is probably the front wall right here.
Yeah, that's right. You know, 46.94.166 is what I've got.
I'm going to be just slightly higher at 492. But same thing. Like we're at the same point.
You said 492?
46.94.492.
Oh, 492. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so very, very close.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. We shall see. So live trading there, folks. We're just jumping in.
Yeah, so I was waiting. So here's what, I don't want to go off on too big of a tangent here, but I want to show you this. So before I'm even marking up my charts, here's what I'm looking at now. I go to Donnie inside G&T has trading ideas, right? And I'm going to bring it over here for a minute.
Okay.
All right, you see this? Under Trading Central, trading ideas. Okay, I care about Euro USD.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm looking at. Here's his projected trend, and this is from 1 p.m. This is actually from 7 a.m., right? So yes, I would like to have more updated data, but I'm typically looking at this early in the morning.
Yeah.
So this is the trend we were seeing, and they were expecting it to go up and then spike down. But what he's saying is he's looking for a target line of like 16660. Okay.
Yeah.
The pivot point was 174. So if it comes to about here, then look for a movement down. Okay, so if it gets up to this 17440, or if it closes above it, that could indicate something different. But 17440 was kind of like that pivot point.
Yeah.
And that's what he identifies it as pivot. Now, I just want to quickly go to gold. Gold is right here. All right, so gold so far is up 1.06. This is from 715 as well. Target 4745, pivot 4685. So that's looking for gold to move up today to 4745, and pivot 4685 is the pivot point.
That's significant compared to where we were, or where we are even right now.
Right, so now let's move over. So here's how my day starts. I go there, I go to my daily. First thing I do on my daily, I move this daily resistance line, previous candle. Right there, and daily support line, previous candle. I move that. All right, then
Wait, I have. What do you mean that when you say you move that?
So this was over. So yesterday, this was right here.
From yesterday. Oh, okay. I got you.
So yep. New day, new candle. I just move it down here.
Yeah. Yep. Makes sense.
And this shows up on all charts. So I just have this line. It's just something for me to have on the daily so I know where we were. Now, I also have this, the daily area low. So this is like for the general area we're looking at. Here's the low for that area. I also have the high, the resistance line for the daily area. Okay, so those are the things I look at to see if they need to be moved. I take a look at my zones. Does anything need to change at my zones? Nope. No change needed on zones. So daily's done. Now I go to 4 hour. Let me zoom this out a little bit. Okay, so this is interesting. I have a 4 hour supply zone 1 second. Is that a daily that's mislabeled? Nope. No, interesting. So we had a 4-hour supply zone right here that has been, it was a supply zone, got broke to a demand zone, and is back to a supply zone. So this is a 4-hour supply zone flip 2. And then inside that, we have another supply zone. So I just marked that higher red because, and I increased the transparency like I was talking about, because that's just interesting to me. That's a strong zone to me.
Yep.
Okay. So I take a look at that. As you can see, my daily target's still listed there. My date's off. I got to take the date out of that. I'll update that in a minute. Bottom line is, I take a look at my zones. There's a demand zone. Nothing changed. And I just change anything if it did. Do I need to flip it? Do I need to do anything? And then also noticing that right here was a huge opportunity that I missed. I got in on part of it, but I missed a bunch of it. That's from yesterday at 1 a.m. I got in on a bunch of this yesterday.
So I'm looking at 150 plus. Oh my golly.
Yep.
Wow. That was a big gold move.
Yep. I think I don't have it in front of me, but what was it? Like 19% maybe? It wasn't 19%.
Actually $200
5%?
$60.
Yeah.
Significant.
Yep. So then I go down to the 1 hour. And again, this looks really convoluted, but when you zoom in on it, it's not as bad because I'm focused in the active area. I just have some stuff up above so I don't have to go back in and rechart it. Something like this, I'll be like, wait a minute, what is this from? Because it's not labeled. It is. I just got to zoom in more. It's a 4-hour demand zone.
Yeah.
So that's why I see it. So this is what I'm taking a look at. And that's why on this one, I was looking for it to pull back. Now, here is the pivot point, and it's already broke below the pivot point. So I was waiting to see it come back. I was waiting to see, is it going to go all the way down to here? Is it going to come back? What's it going to do? So that's why I was just paying attention. It broke through it. So once it broke through it, I'm like, okay, let's start looking at this demand zone. And then I was looking at this, and I said, okay, well, this one right here broke and held at this demand zone. This candle went all the way down to the 200 and then came back. And actually, it went all the way down here. But
yeah, I was looking at that earlier when I was charting.
Yep. So I was just paying attention to that.
So go back for a second. So
yep.
You pointed out pivot point. That's not something we've talked about here before.
Right.
So describe what pivot point is and why is it there?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to have someone.
The gold buy alert.
That's good. Considering I'm in a buy.
That's in the 4 hour. And we're on the 1 hour.
Yeah. So on this, when that happens, and I'll show it in 1 second, I'm going to pull this up really quick just so you guys can see it. I just want to share, and this is not my definition because I want it to be generic and not just my interpretation.
Yeah.
Pivot point's a technical analysis indicator used by traders to determine the overall market trend and identify potential support and resistance level. It's calculated by averaging the high, low, and closing prices from the previous trading period, acting as a predictive objective and mathematical indicator for the current session's price action. Now, with that being said, I did see multiple videos as I started drilling into this more, and I'm using this as just as an additional confirmation.
Got it. So
because Forex is 20
to what we have in the RSI.
Yes. The issue with this, from what I hear on the Forex side of things, is because Forex is a 24/7 market and isn't closing daily. It can be a little bit less reliable.
Got it.
So with that being said, though, I had two successful trades off it yesterday, off that area. And I used it as either a support or resistance line and then said, okay, well, I see it coming here. Is it going to turn around? And once it turned around, I got in a little bit earlier than I would have.
Yeah.
and was like, okay, so this is worth marking and observing and playing with.
Yes.
So again, it's not something that I'm like changing my strategy or doing anything different. It's just additional knowledge that I'm just considering as part of my analysis.
Makes sense.
Yep. So 1 second, I want to move this back to my screen so I have it live. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to move this back over here. So basically, I look at that indicator that Donnie had there that I just showed you. I look at that for Euro USD. I look at it for gold, and I look at it for Bitcoin. Actually, I look at it for XRP too, but really quick. I'm not really trading it actively. I'm more just store use.
Okay. I like XRP. I mean, but looking at it from okay, hold on here for 1 second.
I like XRP too. I'm just not actively trading it like in this forum. I'm more just buying it. I'm more just buying it and storing it more than actively trading it is my approach on that. All right, so I wanted to see the 4 hour you were talking about on gold. So let's go there.
That's so weird.
Well, hold on.
Got it. So I did something I haven't done before. I was testing something out. And so we had gold going in reverse of where we are, like what we were thinking. So we've been in the negative, right? We're in profit, but we're in the negative. So I was watching and waiting and saying, okay, well, how low is this? This is getting kind of low. I do think it's going to go up. So what I did was I took a dual trade or a duplicate trade, but at the lower entry.
Yep.
And I might even do another. If I'm really sure that it's going to be going in that other direction. Of course, I could triple my loss too.
Right.
But in reality, if I'm confident of where it's going, then that was a possibility. I'm on paper right now, so I'm not as concerned from that standpoint. But I want to do it for the purposes of learning, not for the purposes of wasting, if that makes sense.
Yep. So this is the 5 minute. I'm not trading the 5 minute. I'm just looking at trends.
Got
5 minutes sell. I already hit TP1. Let's see, is it going to get down to TP2 and turn around? Likely. It went right through the 10.
Yeah. Interesting.
Pulling back up. Did I get the 4? Oh, so here's what I wanted to show you. You were asking about Heikin Ashi, right?
Yes.
So let's look at my chart. Let's go to the 4 hour. It's less busy. All right. Actually, that's too busy for this. All right. So there's my 4 hour. Now, if I move this, right? So here's my zones. That's too loose. That's too high. Okay. If I move this over to standard candles, that doesn't match up.
Right.
So
it's all over the place, and you can see. I mean, there's a gap right there in the center. Right closer to the top. There's multiple gaps there.
Yep. So that's where I've been just marking it up and doing over here. Now, with that being said, there's actually different Einstein calls too.
Really?
So I got a call, or at least the timing. I saw one pop in yesterday over here that I didn't see pop in over here. That I didn't see pop in over here. It popped up on the Heikin Ashi first.
Okay.
and then popped up on the other. Now I haven't explored that, but it's just something that I observed yesterday. That could have been a one-time thing, but I
Yeah.
did notice that it showed up earlier on the Heikinashi than it did on the standard candle. But yeah, no, I had a good day yesterday too. Like I said, my goal is 250 profit a day. I was 180.86 yesterday.
Nice.
Yep. And so one of the things I'm doing, like in this one, I was down 40. I'm down 20 right now and pull draw back, but it's on its way back up.
Yeah.
As soon as I can, as soon as this thing gets positive, I'm gonna move my stop loss into positives. Like once it gets to like $8, I'll move it to so I'm guaranteed at least like a dollar or two, and just
Yep.
let it keep on doing its thing. And then if I want to re-enter, if it goes down, I might re-enter behind my at a better point if I want to.
There you go. Yeah, it was weird when I was taking these trades,
Yeah.
and I doubled down and I tripled down. I actually ended up accidentally quadrupling down.
Okay.
It was like, oh, all right, I didn't mean to do that, but I thought it definitely was interesting to watch.
Yeah.
To do that and see. Let's see here.
I remember when we were like back in December, I did that on a big trade too, like the biggest lot size I had done. And I didn't realize that I had double clicked, that I had done it twice.
Yep.
And I got out and I let it sit. And I went back in and I saw that it was like I didn't look at the GNT chart. I looked at this chart over here and I'm like, oh, it's about to hit my take profit. And I went over to GNT and I realized that I had 2 active trades going. And I was very happy. I was like, oh, you lucked out. That would have killed your account if you didn't have that go positive for you.
Yep. Yeah. No, I was like, I wanted to try this, because here's the thing. One of the things that we do experience is we'll take a trade thinking we've got a good entry.
Yep.
We're confident of where it's going, but we think we've got a good entry, and so we get in. And when we do that, all of a sudden now, not always, but sometimes it goes down or it goes up. It goes in the opposite direction we want it to go in, right?
Yep.
And so we lose some ground. We go into the negative, and that's okay because we're fully expecting it's going to go back up because that's the trade we took, and that's also why we have a stop loss, so we can only lose so much. But I'm like, well, wait a minute. If I'm positive it's going to go up, and I have this extra move, if I'm not sure, I could take that lower entry that I didn't get before, and now I'll more than double my profits going all the way up. But there is the chance of losing more.
Yep.
So
I had a trade yesterday too that was all about confidence in trading. I looked at a trade. I was hesitant in pulling the trigger. I looked at the 4 hour and it looked good. It looked like it was positive, but I wasn't like convinced. So I
yeah,
went to the 1 hour, and the 1 hour confirmed everything that I saw, that I was heading in the right direction. And then when I went down to the 45-minute, it really confirmed. And then the 30 confirmed, and the 15 confirmed, and the 5 confirmed. And I'm like, okay, like everything's moving in the direction you want. Just get it. Like
yeah,
this is happening. There's the only reason why you're not doing it is doubt. And I mean, if all your signals say this and you're that positive on it, you got to get in. So I got in, and it ended up being like a $51 trade. I mean, it was good.
nice.
It wasn't exponential, but it was good. And
Yeah,
honestly, it was up to 75, and I had my stop loss set around like the $50 mark, and I got 51 out of it because it did a rapid pullback, and well, rapid for my trade. And then once it did, I still got my $51 win, which I was fine.
yeah,
I only had a couple of take profits yesterday. Most of my trades were me getting in on trades my own, taking them up, and then setting a stop loss. Kept on edging the stop loss up because I was trying to see how high I could get them because I wanted to get it up to the 250. But I was satisfied if it pulled back, and I still got a nice bit, a nice chunk towards that value.
nice.
I do want to see this gold push up. I know it's got again. I'm very confident it's going to.
As am I.
And this is something else I have to say. I cannot tell you the amount of times it's probably north of triple digits. It's probably in the hundreds, low hundreds, like 100 and something times. So I've been in a trade. I got apprehensive. I knew it was going to work out, but I'm like, I'm not comfortable losing that much money right now in this trade.
Mm-hmm. And
So
you
I
get
got
out, and then moments after that, it turns.
Moments later, or even 15 minutes later, because sometimes I'll get out and I'll be like, see, that was a good decision to get out because look, that's heading way down.
Yep.
And then I'll look at it 15, 20 minutes later, and it did exactly what I expected it to do out of the gate. So the hard part about that is obviously this is not my primary job, so I can't be in here 24/7 monitoring it. But I do have it up on one of my screens now that I got a fourth screen. So I do have the screen that we're looking at. I do have this up all day long.
See, you just did it. You did it. That was it.
Yeah.
You know what you just did?
What?
You gave me the reason I needed my 4 screens.
See, here you go.
That's it. I'm done.
Yep. No, I just keep it up over here off to the side. It's off to my. That's why I keep on looking to my left. I mean, right now when we're on this, I have on I have us on my laptop screen, and my laptop screen it's a yoga, so the laptop's folded back all the way like a tablet.
Yeah.
And it's on a screen. I mean, it's on a stand. So my laptop screen's right here, and that's where I have the meeting that we're on with us. Off to the right, I have my GNT screen. Off to my left, I have my Tasty screen. So I have my Euro USD off to my left, my gold off to my right, and then I got TradingView off to my left here in screen 4 that we're looking at. So,
wow.
Needless to say, it's allowed me to at least get in and out, but I'm making most of the decisions myself, which is good.
Yep.
Also understanding the correlation. There was a couple of times on gold yesterday. I'm like, oh, this looks good. Let's go look over at the VIX. Let's look at the dollar. I was like, I don't know. They're not in alignment here. This is not, there's something off. This is not, I'm expecting a different correlation than what I'm seeing. That scares me. I'm not getting in on this right now. And it's just because my education isn't there yet. And that's perfectly fine. But that's something I've done a lot more of lately is I went to get in on something, and I'm like, you know what? You just don't know enough about this right now. Like you probably win this. You might not.
Yeah.
But you're kind of gambling right now, and you're not trusting your knowledge. I might stick with your knowledge, then you can graduate to that at some point, but not right now.
Well, I'm looking at my margin, how much I'm using right now.
Yeah.
And I'm using almost $300 of margin, which is significant if you had a smaller account.
Yeah, I'm using 468.79 right now on margin.
And you've only got one trade in there, or do you have two?
One.
Yeah.
I'm trading at 0.05 lots pretty consistently right now.
Oh, okay. So I'm still at the 0.02 size right now, and as I get it up a little further, then I'll be moving it up there too. But all good. Like, all right, 30, 40, 50, 60.
I want to see this. What did I say? I was setting that too. I got to make sure I set that 46. Yeah, okay.
So
I just wanted to make sure I set the take profit to exactly.
So we were talking about the Heikin-Ashis and the differences.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to make sure your stuff is set, definitely, because you go to a different screen.
All right, where are we at? 46, 80, 46, 77. There we go. I'm really confident that this is going to go.
Yeah, it's taking its time, but it.
But this is what happened yesterday to me too. Like by me staying in on the ones that I was confident on.
Yeah.
I only lost once.
And that was once out of how many?
15.
Think about that, folks. 14 out of 15 were profitable.
13. Sorry, 12 were 12 were profitable. One was a 60 cents loss because I didn't set my stop loss just high enough.
Yeah.
And I got hit by that. So that was a 60 cents loss. But I had one loss, and because of this, where I set that, where I got in and I did it. I had another trade that I saw it. I got in on it, and I got in, and I'm like, you know what? I think you got in way too early. You got in way too early, and it started to pull back. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I was afraid of. You should have waited just like for that pullback to happen. So I got out immediately and waited for the pullback.
Yep.
So that was, besides those two, that I only had that one, like where I sat there and it hit my stop loss. The rest of them worked.
Wild. That is just awesome. Now, because this is interesting. I'm looking at the differences in the candles. I mean, you're on the 1 hour, I'm on the 1 hour.
Yep.
And my current candle is green because where it opened. Now it's pretty close to a doji, but it's going up. But yours is completely red.
Yeah. Because it starts in the middle.
Right.
Yep, Heiken actually opens in the middle of the previous candle. That's why. But I will say this, like when I'm looking at GNT is a standard candle. So I see exactly what you're talking about. It's slightly green. It keeps on pushing up a little bit and just waiting for it to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in on a Euro USD trade too that I'm waiting on for. It's a long trade. I'm expecting it just to go for the day. So.
Really?
Yep.
So Euro USD, I'm not in Euro USD right now. I did chart it this morning. I'm looking at, actually, I could have gotten in on that one too. So I had this is on the 1 hour. I had a back wall entry point at 1.17.
Right here.
Where are you?
Yep, that's it.
Yep. And that zone is a ways up there.
Right, but look at this, by the way. That 1.17 you got in on, it's a 1 hour demand zone inside a daily demand zone.
Yeah.
So that's a great entry.
Yes, indeed.
So I got in on this too, right around here.
Yeah.
And I'm taking this one up to here. I just did it to TP1.
Okay.
The only thing that has me slightly concerned is this 10 has been pretty dominant. But I think the long-term play is it's going to push through. But the 10 has been pretty dominant, not allowing anything as a line of resistance.
Yeah, I mean it's on mine. It's right at the 10 right now, and it's pushing through. It looks like it's through. We'll see.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we shall see.
I'm going back to my other one. There we go. Well, we'll see. New candle. Let me go back to gold for a sec. I got to see who got my number because I have received more texts this morning from a number I don't really know. Okay. I'll take a look in a little bit.
But yeah, gold is decent. It's taken its own sweet time, which usually it doesn't.
Yep.
And there's another buy alert on gold, so I'll take it.
Yep. Is that on that's on the 1 hour?
Yeah.
So
and that's where I am right now, anyways. So.
Right. So where did that change any of our? And see, when I click on that alert, it takes me to a standard candle.
Yes.
So when I click on it, because that's what it's based on. So, okay, it hit TP1. I want to see it get through this right here. This is what I want to see it get through. I want to see it get through this. 1 second. Is this gone now? Let me go over here.
Well, even if
gold 2 hour buy.
Yep, I just saw it. Same thing. So that's a good sign. Now, I know Donnie was expecting this to go to 47.45 today.
Yep. Yep. That was his target price for the day.
Yeah. Very good. We're almost. So I was down a fair amount just because of where it went, and but with the number of trades that I have now, the 4 trades in there, I'm down $2.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's going in the right direction. That's what we want. So, and I like the longer alerts. When I see an Einstein call and it says, buy in 15 minutes for 15 minute, that does not give me as much warm and fuzzy as a 2-hour or 4-hour.
Yeah. I've shut off all alerts besides 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and daily. Because if I get a daily buy, besides gold, because I can't quite swing that from a balance perspective, but I can swing that on on the forex pairs. So if I get like a daily buy on euro, especially, I'm usually in. Because then if you go back, you get to see a daily buy, a 4-hour buy, a 2-hour buy, a 1-hour buy, etc. Because that's.
So I haven't looked at that. I haven't been doing daily buys on anything, quite frankly.
I don't do them a lot due to the volatility right now, to be honest. But if I see, again, for euro, because it's pretty steady,
yeah,
I will do it for euro. Yeah, I just want this thing to push up and get through the zone.
Oh, well, you should be there. So,
Yep.
So folks, any of you, as we're going through, yes, we are live trading. We're going through, we're talking through different things that we're learning. Really going, kind of asking each other questions. Not that either one of us is the expert, but we're learning from each other too, and we're learning because Mike's doing a lot more trading than I am, so he's picking up some different things that I might not. So when he says something, I've got to ask him about it. I need to know. But if you want to be part of this quest and really get into the fun, get into the trade, and learn how to do this, and potentially for you turning $250 into $1 million over however long it takes you. I mean, think about it. What does it really matter, right? What do you have to risk? You're risking a $250 balance, all right, and the knowledge and the time. But other than that, it's a skill that you're learning, right? So just like us. So if you're looking to have some fun and learn a new skill, join us in the quest. Go to q2am.com and register, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. It might be a little bit, but we'll get back to you as soon as we can. So any closing comments there, Mike?
No, it's just as I've been saying, at the end of June, as the end of Q2, I think it's going to be scary what I'm capable of. And I say that from a confident perspective, where again, and I reinforce that I really believe if I was to put 300 hours into this over 30 days, I could replace my income.
Yep.
If I was to just immerse myself into it with the proper trainer, like if I was to have, let's say, access to Donnie for a bunch of that time, and then training every day, and then going out and doing every day. So what I'm getting at is this is just a phenomenal tool to that we're going to be able to, like I said when we first started, like I could literally see my money being held up or something being held up and me being in a foreign country and just grabbing my computer, getting online and making it.
Mm-hmm.
In like a day. I mean, okay, here's the spending money for today. Let me just stay here a little bit longer. I'm going to earn tomorrow. Okay, we're good for today and tomorrow. I can hop back in later on tonight. But probably spend about a couple hours and make sure that we're good for those first couple days.
Yep.
Like you guys go to the beach. I'm going to make us some quick money. We'll go from there.
There you go.
And the power to do that when you think about scale is phenomenal.
Well, Forex is 24/7 for the most part.
Yep.
So when you learn it and you can do it and you have internet access and you've got a balance in the account that you can trade with, that's all you need.
Yeah. And again, I will do this stuff here, but I will watch it on my phone and get out. Like I was watching my son's game the other day and got an alert and was like, oh, I should get out of this because I don't like the way that's trending, and just got out of it.
There you go.
Just a quick tap on my phone. I mean, it's that easy.
Yeah, it really is. Now,
That,
you
that
can lose. You got to understand that. But,
yeah,
you know,
it's part of the process. And I mean, and I'll share when this when we start hitting some of these forex things, I'm like, I'll be fully transparent. I mean, with regards to what I've put in, what I've done. That's why again I moved to paper.
yeah,
Is I was expecting that I was going to be able, and I made a lot of good decisions, but I was also I'm risk. I understand my risk tolerance is high.
yeah.
So I have confidence I'm going to be able to just get something right back. But becomes a point in time where, okay, but let's get better before we start donating, because now we're in the donation stage, and that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to get better, but
You're not here to donate to the forex
no,
gods, huh?
no, no. So,
You
but
actually profit, by the way. I'm in profit on all 4 trades right now.
nice.
Not on my Euro USD. Actually, yes, I am. I'm looking at the gold though. I like it. I like it. That's gonna be a good one. And yeah, well, good way to close out. We're in
Yep.
profit.
Yep,
So
and by the way, that just so you guys were sharing with you what we're seeing right here, the take profit line is 46.8183 or 47.0288 and 47.2593. That's take profit 1, 2, and 3 on the 2-hour. Okay, so just sharing that with everyone, some added value that you're getting free of charge just for
there you
being here.
go.
I'm in profit too.
I love it. I love it. Well, this is going to be, I think it's going to be a great day. But with that, we will see you all. Let's see, today is Wednesday, 5/13. So plan for tomorrow, approximately 10:15 or so. And you all have a fantastic and profitable day. Now it's going well into profit. This is good.
Yep.
All right. Take care, all.